Good morning, Guardians. The Hijabi Gamer here, without a camera. I'll admit I'm being a little lazy this morning. Anyway, it's Friday, which means Xur is back in the tower in Original Destiny. As you can see, this is the Original Destiny tower, my favorite tower. I miss this tower. And Xur is in the tower because his mark is right here. It's on the stairs. If you don't see that mark there on the stairs, you know he's in the reef. Now, this is Original Destiny, as you can see, Original Tower. So the usual reminder, Xur is in the tower for a lot less time than in Destiny 2. Xur is only in the game in Original Destiny for about 48 hours. So right now it's almost 7:30 a.m. here in New Jersey. He will be gone by 5 a.m. Sunday morning. That's less than 48 hours from now. So depending on your time zone, 5 a.m. Eastern Standard Time Sunday, it can vary. But for me, 5 a.m. Sunday. So for me, Sunday, I don't even look for him on Sunday. This is important because it isn't, I know in Destiny 2, Xur remains in the game until reset. And reset in Destiny 2 happens later than Original Destiny. So even reset in Original Destiny is very early in the morning on Tuesdays, whereas in Destiny 2, it's, at least for me, it's later in the afternoon. Anyway, Xur is pretty easy to find this week. Picked up all the stuff. It's an okay week. My definition of an okay week is as long as he doesn't have Trespasser. Because Trespasser, dear God, at one point, it was almost every week he had that. I'm not joking, at one point he had it twice. Like, he had it in 2 different categories. Anyway, you're going past Shax and his little buddy. And he's right over here by the computer screen. Or the mega printer. This looks like a printer. Maybe it's a 3D printer. That's probably, yeah, why not? Because that could be then the resin for the 3D printer or whatever they're 3D printing. Alright. Hake, though, that would probably be guns and bullets. Abandoned quests. Just out of curiosity, do I have any? Oh. Okay. Don't remember those. Anyway, he's right over here. And what does he got? Because I only looked at the bottom 2. So what I do is, since you can't see the stats of the stuff, I always pick up these 2 weapons. See, if I hit Y, or, I can't see anything about them, only the names. So I pick those 2 up from my vault because 9 out of 10 times, I already have them. I have basically everything Xur carries. Anyway, we've got the usual Legacy Engram. I don't ever recommend picking them up. I know there are rare exceptions where if you pick this up, you will get the Year 2 blueprint. The vast majority of the time, you'll get a Year 1 blueprint, which without Crucible is kind of useless. Yeah, I know, there are times you can use it, but it's expensive too. So unless you have a surplus of strange coins, 29 strange coins is a lot. You can get a lot of heavy ammo synths for 29 strange coins. A lot. Anyway, then you got the Empyrean Bellicose, I guess, for the Titan. Aiming weapons while airborne holds you in place. With full orbs recharge melee. So unless you're in a fire team, the second part doesn't matter. With full super orbs recharge melee. You're not going to be picking up orbs really unless like you're doing something with other people. You don't necessarily have to be in the same fire team. Like I was doing Archon's Forge and everybody was dropping orbs left and right. I call them Guardian droppings because they look like Guardian droppings. But so that wasn't I wasn't necessarily in the same fire team as them, but we were doing the same thing together. Archon's Forge. Yes, I did find people in Archon's Forge, which was awesome. So that, unless you're doing something like that second part is pointless. But aiming weapons while airborne holds you in place is ridiculously awesome. It reminds me of aim gliding in Warframe, which is also awesome. So just, yeah. And it passes my corpus test. So, as you know, my test regarding helmets is if it is bulkier than the corpus helmet, it's too bulky. Which, honestly, even the corpus helmet is probably bulkier than they give you, than it appears. Because I did this whole thing where it turns out that the eye line for the blue light that you see isn't actually their eye line. It's like at their chin. So if you were to actually put a helmet of that size on someone, it would be a lot bulkier. The NPCs are too small, basically. The NPCs don't fit an actual person. They have NPCs without the helmet on, and you can see a difference. Anyway, that aside, this passes the bulky test. It's a good helmet. My guess is it's got some kind of HUD on the inside because there's no eye spots. Though I think that was something about Warframe too, that Warframes don't have eyes. I'm trying to remember. I remember something like that. Anyway, that aside, I like it. I'm pretty sure I have it because I like this whole remain airborne while aiming. As I said, it reminds me of aim gliding. Anyway, next we got the sealed Ahamkara grasps for the hunter. Gain additional melee charge and melee damage, may reload primary weapon. That's pretty cool. I like it, but honestly, I like the Frosties a lot more. To me, the Frosties are a much better alternative. I mean, yeah, seems decent to pick up an extra melee charge, but you while sprinting gain tighter turn radius and faster grenade and melee regeneration. You get more. So that one, it's just faster, so depending on the timing, I haven't really used the Steel Ahamkara Grasp, but depending on the timing, I think I would prefer the Frosties. Let me know, is it that much better? The Steel Ahamkara Grasp, I really prefer the Frosties. I like the tighter turn radius. I like just the fact that it gives you both. I think that's a much better alternative. But hunters, let me know. Do any of you use it? Next, we got the Purifier Robes for the Warlock. Activating Radiance from Death disorients nearby enemies. And we have got a Warframe week going. Because this one, to me, reminds me of what happens when you, quote-unquote, die in Warframe. Where when you return back, the enemies around you get blown away. I personally have not used Purifier Robes on my Warlock. I tend to be more... I don't know. I haven't used it. I'm not a big Warlock or Titan person. I think they're awesome. Don't get me wrong. But I don't like the jump, so really can't remember using the Purifier Robes. As I said, from dead, disorients nearby enemies. Is it the same thing where if you're playing Warframe and you come back after dying, which you're really not dying, everything gets blown back from you when you come back. So I guess it's the same thing. Makes them disoriented. Anyway, enough with the armor, the boring side. Let's go for the guns. We get the Nemesis Star. Nemesis Star is a machine gun. I love machine guns. On trigger pull, this weapon's initial burst has a high rate of fire. Nice. It's a solar machine gun too, which automatically puts in my... I like. Strange gravity. Okay, right. Fortunately, I remember what else we get. So I can tell you what else there is. So, Nemesis Star is a machine gun. Do I have it? Where is it? Do I have it with me? Nemesis Star. So if he gave you Nemesis Star, you also get Strange Gravity. When holding down the trigger, range and accuracy increase as rate of fire decreases. Kills grant bonus grenade energy. That to me sounds like a machine gun Suros regime. What is it? So as you hold down the trigger, your range and accuracy increase as the rate of fire decreases, which reminds me very much of Suros regime, which is the bottom half of each magazine deals it's the spinning up, spinning down part. The longer this weapon is fired, the faster it fires, versus when zoomed in, this weapon fires slower but causes additional damage. I'm just a big fan of machine guns. I like machine guns. Because it feels like, when you get a lot more heavy hitting bullets. So Nemesis Star, as I said, I always recommend picking up everything simply because it gives you Grimoire score and it unlocks the blueprint. Finally, let's see what we got. We got Might of Multi-Tool and Arctic Survivalist. So as you notice, you can't see the stats for this by just looking at the bundle. You have to. So I have Mida right over here. I always pick it up from my vault. So you're getting the Arctic Survivalist, which is pretty cool. I'm more of a fan of the dark color, but it's pretty cool. Don't get me wrong, fits the winter. Probably work great on Europa. Anyway, kinetic damage, third eye. Mida, this weapon boosts move speed and fires on a hair trigger. I've always liked the Mida, less about the perks, and more about just the rate of fire and the impact. To me, what really appealed to me about the Mida was the rate of fire and the impact. A lot of scout rifles have a high impact but a ridiculously low rate of fire, or a high, or you have the auto rifles with a high rate of fire but a low impact. To me, this felt like a balance. As you can see, it's basically in the center. It's a very balanced rate of fire to impact. So I've always really liked the Mida. I even like Mida in Destiny 2, and I like the combo with the Mida mini tool. You definitely feel a difference in the speed when you equip those. So I've been a big fan of the Mida, and I do like what they did with it in Destiny 2, which is a rare thing you'll hear from me. I'm not really a big fan of a lot of the exotics that they took from Destiny and moved them to Destiny 2. I feel like they were not as cool and powerful. And they never brought all the really fun guns from Destiny, like Necrochasm and my favorite, Zalo Supercell. Risk Runner is not Zalo Supercell, okay? I know everyone's like, Cat, they brought Risk Runner. Risk Runner is not Zalo Supercell. I have a soft side for my Zalo, all right? It's not the same. Zalo is not the same as Risk Runner, okay? It's an auto rifle, come on. It looks cooler. Just the appearance alone of the Zalo Supercell is much cooler than Risk Runner. So Mida, my big thing with Mida, I like the rate of fire with the impact. So I've often used it as my go-to when I need a heavy hitting gun. I also use scout rifles often in place of sniper rifles, which is a bad thing because my aim with sniper rifles sucks now. So yeah, you got lightweight too, so add that with the other perk, which gives you, more speed. Yeah. But my main thing is, yeah, I like the feel of the gun. Righto. It looks pretty cool too. You gotta admit, it looks pretty cool. Then we got No Land Beyond, an Undiscovered Country, which makes me think of Star Trek. No Land Beyond, Undiscovered Country. It's a sniper rifle that goes in your primary slot. So makes you feel Kirk and Spockish. Right. Undiscovered Country. I do not have this ornament applied. It looks vexy. It's okay. I don't know. I like the brown wood. Just old-fashioned. It's a sniper rifle in your primary slot. So, that's the main perk it has. Sniper rifle primary slot. If you remember when this was a big deal in original Destiny. Now in Destiny 2, you can throw anything anywhere. And, you'll have, scout rifles with elemental damage. You got everything everywhere. But in original Destiny, those sniper rifles were always in your secondary slot. So, this was a big deal, all right? This exotic sniper rifle can be equipped in the primary weapon slot, righto. Okay? That's the big thing. Increased precision damage, kills briefly, increased damage against next target. Yeah, that's nice. Increased precision damage, kills briefly, increased damage against next target. Yeah, that's nice. That's nice, don't get me wrong. But in original Destiny, the big deal for this thing is the fact that it is a sniper rifle in your primary slot. Yeah. So that's the main thing about it. Lightweight, as you can see, I'm just not a big sniper rifle person. I used to be for a while, but the thing is, if you then equip a sniper rifle in your primary slot, then you're it's harder than, because, anyway, that aside. Yeah, I know it's great for, Crucible, but anyway. So, thank you for watching. Like, comment, subscribe. No, I have not finished the Lightfall campaign. I know this season, I lost everything from the last season because I got to, 5 in that season. Because that campaign is awful. And it isn't just the story is awful. God, everyone's just telling me, just Cat, bite the bullet, finish the campaign, move on. It's not just the campaign. It's not just the story. It's the gameplay. It feels cheap and unimaginative and just cheap. My general rule when it comes to boss fights is I will compare it to Viso's fight with the Jackal, which wasn't easy, but it was also very in character and it fit the faction that he was a part of. Using MOAs, or the little robots, to fight the big robot fits his faction, fits him, fits his role. It's creative, it's unique. It was new to Warframe, all right? You got to play a Corpus for the first time. It was a creative fight. Not the best, but it was a really creative, well-done fight. Destiny has just lost its creativity. You look at Destiny 1 and then you look at Destiny 2. You look at Court of Oryx, you look at Challenge of the Elders and you go, what happened? So it's just like the cheap ass mechanics where you just stand, you're trying to run from a boss and all of a sudden another one just slams you to the ground and one shot kills you without any warning. And it's like, okay, you gotta be kidding me. And then you have the 10, 20-minute checkpoints. And it's like, all right, this is just, you're padding it out and you're being cheap. And you've forgotten your roots. You don't care about you feel like they don't care about the game. So I wasted a whole season. One of these days I'll get to it. But right now, I've been playing a lot of Warframe. If you're interested in Warframe, I play Warframes on Sundays with a group of people, and it's been a lot of fun. This is the Duviri Paradox, which is a great stepping off point. I can't believe I'm advertising Warframe, which, by the way, not sponsored. They don't even know I exist, but in a Destiny video. Anyway, again, thank you for watching. Like, comment, subscribe. Like I said, Sundays I live stream Warframe. Saturdays I live stream something else. I've been getting a retro kick, playing a lot of retro stuff. So yeah, maybe going to Bug Lady and the quest for the tiny jellyfish dude, aka Super Metroid, or Link to the Past. Later.